This weekend was quite intense. I don't know if you felt those kind of energies that were kind of rising up, bubbling up. I can feel that there is a lot of things going on, and it's not only outside of us, but it's also the world inside of us that is kind of changing. I can feel that there is a lot of hidden potential that we are, or that we have maybe never seen really, that we haven't really touched. And so this weekend I was really kind of surprised on how many new ideas I got all of a sudden. I was tapping into fields where I was just like, whoa, I didn't even know that that's an option, you see. And there I also started to see that many people who have, let's say, an experience that was maybe heavy, that was weighing on their shoulders. I see that many people are still living with that heaviness, that are not really stepping into their true self because of fear, right? Most often, those kind of challenges we have as a child are those challenges that we need to uncover when we are an adult. And when we uncover those kind of experiences, right, there lies a lot of potential for growth. Yet, who told us that we need to do that? I mean, when you are not, let's say, mentally ill, or when you're kind of, you're still functioning and everything is okay, you go to work, you seemed in society as normal, right? You seem to be working, right? You're working, your system is working. Yeah, but we are not working on our full extent. We are working to a percentage that is not even close to where we could be at. And so because of that, it's kind of sad to watch people, because they have so much more they could actually go for. There is so much more they could do for themselves, but they don't know. They don't know how much potential is just lying right in front of them. Well, actually here, because they don't know how to open up that heart. They don't know how to open up and connect themselves to the true self. So they're living in their patterns, in this kind of field where they are, right? In this environment. And they don't see that there is so much lying in those experiences they had. So there's a lot of things you can gain. And what happens then is that we oftentimes actually use that skill we once had, and we used it kind of naturally, and then somehow we got shut down. We got told off. We got told that this is not appropriate. This is not something that we should express. We were most probably shamed. We were some guilt, You can't do this. This is blaming our family. If you're showing up like this, how would this look on us? Blah, 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 all of that. There is a lot of shame and guilt involved in how we express ourselves, our true self, right? We learn as a child how to be in this society. And there is a lot of experiences that are very heavy on us. And still, when we are adults, and it's still there, and it's still quite present, I find, when we are about to make changes, because we come into crossroads where, the feeling is very similar to what we have experienced in the past. And so what happens is kind of like repetitive things are coming, right? Meeting the same kind of people who maybe betrayed us, or, just the feeling, not the person itself is all the time coming back, but the experience is coming back, it's returning. And then we are like, heck, why is this always coming back, right? I mean, do we really have to go through this again? I don't want to do this again, right? And then you start to realize, maybe this has been here for quite some time. And maybe there is something I actually could work on, not to punish you, but to put that lid, right? To open up that lid and to see, hey, there is actually massive growth that I have overseen. And so if I'm just allowing this to be, and if I'm just allowing this to come into my field and into my presence, right? So that I'm looking at it and then I see how much pain this has cost me, how much suffering this has cost me. And it has to do a lot of times with your parents, and it has to do a lot of times on how we got raised. And so not to talk about those kind of things is a I just feel like that's the I wouldn't say the worst thing you can do, but it's kind of like you're wasting potential, because there lies all the potential. There is so much hidden aspects that we can just unreveal, and we can learn and grow. And it doesn't mean that you go in front of your parent, of mom and dad, and tell them, hey, listen, you shut me down, you are blah, It's not about that. It's about to release what is held in your body, so that the potential you once had and you still have can come alive and can get active. So for example, if you were really good with words, if you were really good with expression and you used to do that, but then maybe your parent said like, listen, you need to shut up now because you're kind of blaming us. You see, it's not only them, it's also to help you a little bit, because it wasn't the time to really speak up for yourself, to really go for it, to really express who you are. Because, if you are growing up in an environment where this is just way too hard to do yet, it doesn't mean that now is not the time to do it, right? So just because it has been not okay to speak up, speak your truth, to show up as who you are and release the attachments you once had, just because it wasn't okay then doesn't mean it's not the right time for right now. As I can say, like these energies that are around right now, I don't know, I can feel the new moon. I don't know about you, but it's really about death and rebirth. And so usually those kind of energies, I'm not really deep into astrology, but sometimes I'm really getting curious because I'm picking up certain things and I can feel certain things and I'm like, what's going on, right? And then I'm getting curious and I have to do some little research, and when it actually aligns with how I feel, then I'm like, aha, now I know. You see, we are all connected at some level, and so if you believe that you're not connected to earth, to sun, to all the stars kind of thing, if you think that you're just a drop in the ocean, it's kind of weird, right? Because the drop is still the ocean, right? So why would you think that? Why would you think that you are not connected? I mean, you can stand in front of another person and you can feel how that person feels. That's empathy. If you can feel that, if you can sense how this person feels, if you can feel it through your body, how can you think that you are not connected? Doesn't make any sense. Why don't you think that this is an extended world in the outside, but you are it all inside of you because you are coming from that place, right? So now, if you are in this exploring the past, exploring your talents, this is why oftentimes when we are seeking for potential, we have to go back into the past, because the past holds it all. The past is just a kind of like a library where we can just go and book open, right? And then when we are opening that book, we are like, ooh, what is this? oh my God, what is this? And then we are like, we get all excited. And then it's like, okay, well, what do we do now? You see, we start to, even when our past was heavy, we start to see the past not anymore as super heavy, simply because we don't identify ourselves anymore with that past. You see, there is a lot in my own past where I have earlier days I have identified myself with, I am the woman with this and this past, and I cannot change it. Well, that's true. I cannot change the event, but I can change the story I created around. I can change the emotion I have created around, and especially the belief and the patterns I used to follow. You see, I can make a positive change for myself because I'm only 33, so if I would say now, okay, well, I am my past, well, I'm living my past. You see, I would repeat every single time, again and again, what I actually don't want to experience. But you are, or you attract who you are, you see? So when you have been in meeting people, for example, how often have you met people who were very similar? How often? And then you look in in other people, and you're like, how is it possible that that person over there meets totally different people, but I don't? You gotta question yourself. And if you don't like it, you have to go back and check and unreveal what is hidden, because right now I find it's a really interesting time, really, really good to work on that, and to not take it so heavy, to take it light, to take it as it shows up, and to not not do this, but to just see in your daily life, to see what is it that I really want to let go of, what is it that I don't like, and then to uncover this from the past, because in the past there lies a full potential box for you. And if you don't go there, and if you don't pick that box up, and if you don't appreciate that you learned the lesson already, and I don't even want to say you learned the lesson because it sounds kind of like punishment, and it's actually really not. It's that you can grab some kind of tools for you, and those tools will help you to evolve. And so when you are experiencing this and you are actually grabbing those, do you know how far you can go? This is kind of cool, no? Yeah, I thought so. So with this said, let me know in the comment section, has this video resonated with you? I'm really curious to hear. And with this said, thank you so much for being here, for showing up for yourself. And yeah, let me know below. I'm really curious to hear. Thank you, and I see you soon. Bye-bye.